Considering the international scope of the festival, has there been any effect of the volcano in Iceland and anyone who hasn't been able to show up, any screenings or panels that have had to be changed because of it? And are you concerned that you might not have as much of an international presence because of that?
I know I'm not Robert De Niro, but I actually haven't briefed him on this yet, so if you allow me to answer. We did have some filmmakers traveling yesterday and today. We are obviously doing everything we can with the airlines. Apparently, I've recently heard that today 60% of the flights for today are opened up, so I don't, I hear these things from all over. I don't actually know 100% what the truth is, but we're trying to get them here. If they don't get here, we will be trying to Skype and do, using the modern appliances that we have to get them here telepathically. Thanks.
Good morning. This question is for Alex, and I'm Natasha Srani with Reuters TV. We've talked a lot about how we want to change the way we reach out to film viewers, to the video on demand, to the virtual theme. What does that mean for filmmakers? And if you take part in all those different forums, do you have to keep different criteria in mind while making your film? And is it more challenging then to produce something that you're going to be sending out in all these different forums, or is it still the same process?
Good question. I think it is. I think you have to keep all of that in mind now. Sometimes in terms of how you make the film itself, and sometimes how you make the stuff around the films that you make. There's another film of mine that's being released next month, and the film is being released, and even as we were making the film, we were thinking about a number of internet pieces that we could release around the same time, sometimes with materials from the film, sometimes stuff that, cycled around current events. And the news cycle moves so fast now that sometimes you have to begin to think about integrating stuff in ways that you can't quite anticipate, but also formally, you want to think about it on the big screen, but you also have to be cognizant of the fact that people are starting to look at it on their iPhones. So I think you can't help but think about that kind of creative. You can't help but think about the delivery systems when you think about it creatively. There's no point getting too precious about exactly how you want it, because viewers are going to experience it the way they want to experience it, and to some extent I think you have to be cognizant of that all the way through. So I think it's having a big impact.